Hi everyone, it's Jess. I'm back with another process video today. This layout took me about 30 minutes to complete. I use this piece of paper from American Crafts, Dear Lizzie. Oh, I think it's the Neapolitan collection. I'm not sure. I pulled out a bunch of papers from the paper pad that I liked. So this piece of paper already had some watercolor in the background of it. So I'm just taking that and adding more to it where there's watercolor on the paper. I think I used green, yellow, and pink. I'm not sure. I think it's pink that I used, but I can't remember now. It might have been orange. But I think it's pink. So I'm just putting the watercolor on in no particular substance, or I'm not taking a lot of time with it. I'm not spending a lot of time making sure that it's the right, area or anything. Maybe I did use orange. It's hard to tell from this, isn't it? Might have been orange. I'll once I go to take the pictures of this layout, I will I think maybe it was both. Pink and orange. I will double check and put an annotation in the video if I'm right or wrong. I think possibly, well, that is clearly pink. And I put the color on and I felt that it was a little thick. Like the color was a little too opaque, so I'm just adding water to it on the paper to just kind of pull out the color and make it a little less opaque and more watercolor in nature. I did try not to add a lot of water to the paper because it isn't a watercolor paper. But sometimes you have to do what you think is best to achieve the look that you're going for. So I did have to add more water than I had hoped. I just take my heat tool and I dry it for a considerable amount of time, both the front and back of the paper. I'm holding it up because I have heated my cutting mat there to excess, and I have warped it before, so I'm just trying not to apply as much heat to my cutting mat. And I'm just taking water from my cup of water and dripping it on the page and then drying it, just to give it more of that typical watercolored droplet look. So once I finish this and I decide what photos I want to use, because that took me a while, I pick 3 4x6 landscape photos. So this layout does come together very quickly. Sorry, I bumped my microphone. I just take the paper and I cut off that pink strip around the corners, and my paper does tear a little bit there. It must have been a bit wet, so I just take my scissors and cut it off. I'm not all that concerned about if it's perfectly straight or wet. So I just took my scissors and trimmed that off, and then I will attach this to a piece of paper. I thought about that one, but I don't think I used that. In fact, I think I used one of my new pieces of paper. I think I used paper from the Capture Life collection. Yeah, this pink watercolor ombre type effect. I thought it went well with what I had done on the paper. So I put it on that background, and I really, really love that paper. I love that Capture Life paper so much. I actually have 4 pieces of that paper, and I think I've used 2 of them now, so I might have to even go get a couple more of that. It's a fine line between buying too much of the paper that you love or having not enough of the paper that you love and wanting more of it. So here I'm just going through my photo box. These are my older photos. I have a little wicker basket that I keep my new prints in. These are older prints. I mean, my aunt's wedding was in 2010, I think. So that they are fairly older prints. And I mean, my niece, who I do end up making this layout of when she was a baby, she was born in 2008. So I'm behind on some of my scrapping, not so behind on other bits of my scrapping. So eventually I will sort out how I want to organize my scrapbook album. I will get there at some point. So here I'm just playing with the placement of the photos, and I do use this strip of paper from, I think it's from that Dear Lizzie paper pad that I got the background sheet there from. And it's just a stripe, and you only see it at the top and the bottom. It's just something to add a little bit extra. I was having trouble with my glue glider. It didn't really want to put the adhesive down on the photo for some reason. I'm not sure if I'm just trying to go too quickly and the little dots can't grab to the photo. See there, I slowed down a lot, and I think my pictures are on an angle. Oh well. They're on the page now. There's not much to be done about it. So I do take this other border strip, or branding strip. It's just the piece from the top of in paper pads. The American Crafts paper pads always have that little strip there at the top. Oh. I just stick that down. And I'm so happy because I actually got to use this Studio Calico sticker sheet because I don't have a baby. But it came in a pack of stickers that I had bought from Winners. I think I got 5 sticker packages for about $10 or so. So I was so excited that I got to use it, and I use a bunch of the other little labels and little critters and stuff that's on there. I think I use an elephant and a duck and maybe a rattle or something. I forget. I'm not sure, but I do use a few of them up, and I was very excited because I've had these for a while and I did not know what I was going to do with them. I thought I might have to give them away to somebody who's having a baby maybe. So then I put her name underneath on that strip of paper. So her name is Cassandra, and I did spell it correctly. Her mom chose to only spell it with 1 S instead of the traditional 2 S's. And that's just the font that came on that sticker sheet. It came with a bunch of element stickers as well as a font on the bottom, and it's made by Studio Calico. I have no clue what collection it's from, so if anybody knows, you can leave it down below in case somebody else is looking for it. You might be able to find it on eBay or something. I'm sure it's not actually available from Studio Calico anymore. So here I'm just looking through my sticker sheets. I don't particularly remember if I add anything else or not. Oh, I do. I find these little puffy stickers that I had bought from Walmart a while ago, and they have these cute little animals in them, so I add those on as well. So I believe once I do that, I just write in my journaling, and that's the layout. I will link below to my blog, and to my Facebook page. If you have any questions, you can ask me on either one of those sources, and I will post pictures on my blog as soon as I take them. So thank you for watching and have a great day.